Hey guys, Ty Lord here with the pickups video. It's been a while, and I've accumulated a few things over the past month. And I got a package from my buddy Retro Tiburon. He sent me a nice big package of goodies, so I'll get to that at the end. I'll start off with my pickups over the past month. Got some good stuff. This chair's kind of creaky. I'll try not to move around too much. Start off with a pickup my wife got at Walmart. Super Mario Brothers movie on Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy. There's a DVD and a Blu-ray in there. There's a digital copy. We never really take advantage of the digital copy stuff. Maybe I should start making a library of those. Anyway, we saw this at the show, my whole family, twice. We loved it. Nostalgic for me. Like, I've been into Super Mario since I was like 5 or 6 years old. So this is like the Mario movie I've always wanted. My girls liked it. My wife liked it. Fun movie. Can't say anything bad about that. We watched it again a couple times on the old Blu-ray. Crap, I don't think I have any video game related stuff other than that. Well, I picked up Titanic Hidden Mysteries for $1 at Rasputin's. I think it's a point-and-click adventure game for Nintendo Wii. It might be fun. It might be something my wife and I would like to play. Activision published. Multiple endings, discover hidden objects. I don't know, that might be something fun to play. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's it for the games. Except for the stuff, if there's stuff in there Mario sent me. Okay, so at a Walmart I had to pick this up. It was $5 off because the package was messed up. I usually don't buy toys anymore. But I found this guy. He was one of my favorite wrestlers, one of the most underrated wrestlers. There he is, Papa Shango. I love this gimmick. I love Papa Shango, that wrestler. They had other ones there. They had Undertaker, Ultimate Warrior, the $1 Million Man. I wanted to get the $1 Million Man too, but it was like $20. I think these were supposed to have gone on sale after that, so I should have gone back. But these they're by Mattel, and they kind of look like they're built like He-Man figures. I'm going to open them up right now. Papa Shango. The spell has been put on you. One of the things I liked about Papa Shango, he's so big and scary, and his finishing move is devastating. His shoulder breaker, but I always liked that he was based on Baron Samedi from the 007 movies, because I'm a big James Bond fan. Oh, great. They got all these stupid little... rubber bands that are hard to break. I think he has his little voodoo torch or whatever it was. There he is. I'll usually don't unpackage toys. I'll pull a mainly retro or Retro Tiburon. They open up stuff on their videos. Can't get his little accessory out of here. Sorry about this. Oh, those are just extra hands. I thought he was supposed to have a little accessory. Like his beads. A little skull and a bead. Oh no, he's missing it. I don't know if he's supposed to have it or not. These are just extra hands. Like the He-Mans have extra hands. He's got his cape and his top hat. Oh, you can take it off. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna make the Ultimate Warrior vomit on television. So he just comes with extra hands. I thought he had his little skull. Oh, anyway. Crap. What if I dropped it over here? Oh well. So there's my once in a lifetime toy unpacking. Okay, and then a couple. Okay, let's just go on to these books I got. I had to order these. They were cheap on eBay because I just listened to the audio books on the Residents of Evil YouTube channel. They have a really good audio versions of the book. I've been listening to them at the gym when I do cardio. I was always against listening to audio books. Like, you got to read the books, like the actual physical books. But I get in kind of where I get sleepy and I don't have much time, so that's like hitting two birds with one stone. I can listen to an audiobook and do my cardio at the gym. But I listened to so far I've listened to about 4 of these things. The Resident Evil novelizations by S.D. Perry. I had to order these too. Resident Evil Umbrella Conspiracy, that's volume 1. That's based on Resident Evil 1, the video game. Really solid adaptation. I wish they would have movies, like scripts written based on these novels. Here's City of the Dead, which is the 3rd entry of the novels, which is based on Resident Evil 2. Super close adaptation. The author adds in some new characters into these. There's kind of like an overarching story that the author has made in this Resident Evil universe. I guess this isn't considered canon anymore. I don't know if it ever was. I wish it was considered canon. Like, I don't know why these are not canon and those boring CGI movies are. It's kind of heartbreaking, but yeah, and these are fantastic. There's a couple spin-off books. There was one called Caliban Cove, and there's one I'm on right now called Underworld, and those are fantastic. Like, I wish there had been games made of those and not Resident Evil 0. That just ruins everything. But anyway, I guess this author does go on to write a novelization of Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil Code Veronica, and even Resident Evil 0. I don't know how she's going to do that with, Resident Evil already ruined the game series. It's probably going to ruin this novel series. But yeah, there's cool characters that were not in the games that are kind of as interesting as the game characters. That's the one thing about Resident Evil I like. Like, the characters are so memorable and likable. Like, you got all the Resident Evil characters in here: Jill, Chris, Barry, Wesker, Rebecca. All of them are in here. You all get into their heads. You kind of learn more about them. Really cool. A lot of stuff I forgot or I didn't realize, like Chris was in the Air Force, and Chris and Claire are orphans. And Jill is the reason why she's the master of unlocking is because she grew up as a thief. Like, her dad was a professional thief. So that's why she's so good at unlocking, the master of unlocking. Yeah, man, I really like this book. The crazy thing about this, I really recommend it. I don't want to give too much of it away, but if you know the game, you'll love this. Like, I was geeking out when I was going through this. So close to the game, like, all the layout of the mansion's the same. All the puzzles are there. All the characters are there. Fantastic stuff. This one was the 3rd one. Resident Evil City of the Dead on adaptation of Resident Evil 2. So freaking good. Like, all the parts from the game you like are in here. All the characters: Claire, Leon, Sherry, Ada, Chief Irons. You really get into his head and see what kind of maniac he is. I really like getting inside of the heads of these characters. A lot of the passages in here are really good. Good zombie novel too. Like, it's funny to see them, like, how they react to zombies when they see them for the first time. Like, it doesn't really process in their minds, like seeing a dead person walk around. And all the monsters are in here too. One passage I liked a lot where Claire she's fighting with Mr. X, the big tyrant guy with a coat. Like she shoots him up and he's kind of staggered and he's kind of like unconscious, and she tries to run by him or something, but he comes back to consciousness, and she feels like her arm brush against him, and it kind of like gives you a creepy feeling, like she's running past this guy, and she brushes against it, like his coat, and it's really creepy. Okay, yeah, I recommend these. I'm gonna try to look for all of these. I guess they're out of print. My wife was at Barnes and Nobles and was looking for them for me, and I guess the people there said they're out of print, so I'm not surprised. VHS trash. I found Lorenzo Lamas in Snake Eater. Hilarious movie. I love Lorenzo Lamas. This is about his parents are killed by these maniac hillbillies, and his sister is taken captive by them. He's like a badass biker, martial arts guy that's, and he's a cop or some kind of cop too. There's a hilarious opening scene with him taking out some thugs with like traps. Anyway, he's off to rescue his sister from these crazy hillbillies. His sister is. They have her locked up in this room, and I don't know if they're wanting to take advantage of her or whatever, but the one guy's wife is like, "You stay away from my man," and she's like trying to stab. Like I think he's wanting her to reproduce or whatever because his lady can't. Maybe it's his sister too. I don't. But Lorenzo Lamas is gonna go lay the smack down. Funny movie. I had to get this one, even though I can't really stand this movie. Casino Royale from the '60s, the one with Woody Allen and Peter Sellers and David Niven, all good actors. Even Orson Welles is in here as Le Chiffre. Le Chiffre. I can't. Le Chiffre. I can't. Don't really know how to pronounce his name. A lot of the I think Ursula Andress is in here. Yeah, there she is. And there were a couple other Bond actors in here from other movies. Of course, the novel's fantastic, and the new movie with Daniel Craig is fantastic. But this one's kind of a joke. Like it doesn't make any sense at all. I think it's multiple directors did this. I want to like it. I just can't really like that movie. But collect Bond stuff, so I think I have all of them on VHS now. Mario sent me the 1950s TV version of Casino Royale, so I have that too. Onto some DVDs. I had to pick up one of my favorite shark movies. That's with the original cover. That I forget the name of the artist. He just passed away. That he did these. I love the artwork on this particular cover of Jaws: The Revenge. He also did the Street Fighter covers on Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. But I love this movie. I don't care what anyone says. Karate Cop with Ray Marcini and David Carradine. This sounds awesome. Like there's like underground gladiator matches, and there's a Karate Cop. I've never seen that. I gotta watch it. I found some comedies. I don't think I had these in my collection, so they're $1, so I had to get them. Monty Python's Life of Brian, which is a funny one. It takes place in the time of Christ. This guy Brian is born the same time as Jesus, and he's like a joke. It's been a while since I've watched that. Three Amigos is another good one with our boys Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, and Martin Short. Kind of reminds me of like the same plot of what is that movie? That new Tropic Thunder. Like these guys think they're actors, but the situation is real. Here's a funny one. My grandparents used to love Jackie Gleason and Richard Pryor in The Toy. That's a good one. And then that's it for the comedies. But I did recently get this, and I've recently watched The Fun House. El Tiburon sent me this one. Told me to watch The Fun House by Tobe Hooper. If you like Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the sequel and Eaten Alive and other Tobe Hooper movies, we'll give this a shot. I can't believe I've never seen this. It's pretty much like Texas Chainsaw Massacre in like a carnival or a fun house like setting. Really cool, scary movie. The monster in here is pretty creepy. Kind of reminds me of like a Leatherface type character, but I don't want to give away what the creature is. It's a really cool, scary movie. And that's it for my pickups. But I had to do this video because Mario sent me this big box of goodies. I can't wait to show you what he sent me. You know, I'm pretty much one of these weirdo VHS collectors now, and he's making it worse for me. He's encouraging the habit. But he sent me some VHSs. I'll get to those first. Highlander director's cut, cool movie with Sean Connery and Christopher Lambert. Yeah, what's his name? Clancy Brown is that the Kurgan, cool villain in here. I like that movie. I think I might have this already, but I don't know if I had the director's cut. Here's a Hercules and the Warrior Princess Xena trilogy. I need to get into this show. My buddy Aaronetic is all about this. He does reviews and stuff. I usually send them to him if I find them. But I think I already sent him this version, so maybe I'll keep this for myself. And here's Warlock 3, The End of Innocence with Bruce Payne. And then this Warlock guy, I don't know if this is the same guy. Yeah, I think the guy that plays Warlock just passed away. So I've never seen this, but I gotta watch the first two first. And play the Super Nintendo game too. Here's what I'm super interested in. I think it's directed by Godfrey Ho. Ninja Terminator. Really kooky, cheesy ninja movie. Saw some clips of it, and Peter Balim in his latest video was talking about this, so I gotta watch this. I do like Godfrey Ho. A lot of his movies. I think the one I really like is with Cynthia Rothrock is I think it's Honor and Glory, and then there's one called Undefeatable. Those are so cheesy and fun. Love those movies, so I'll probably like that. One of my favorite Chuck Norris movies here, and this is a cool cover. I didn't have this one. Silent Rage. Cool horror movie, cool kung fu action movie. Kind of like a mixture of the Terminator and any old other, like a mixture of the Terminator, Halloween, and Walker Texas Ranger. Yeah, cool movie. And I like this cover. I might keep this one to put up on the shelf in my man cave. Here's one he sent me because he knows I'm a fan of Gary Daniels. This thing's probably been on the bottom of a lake. The tape is stuck in there. But this is a cool movie. It's with Gary Daniels. It's a sci-fi thriller movie. Kind of low budget, but I think it's a fun, entertaining movie. My wife and I watched this. I wanted to show her Gary Daniels movies. Like, this guy's so badass, you'll love him. But he doesn't do any karate at all in this. He doesn't throw one kick. He plays like a prisoner. He's been sent to prison, and he's trying to get out. I think every 5 years or something they evaluate you, and then if you're good, they'll send you out. He misses his little daughter. His daughter's a baby when he goes to jail, and he keeps trying to break out of jail, and he screws up. Like, his sentence is almost over, but he breaks out, and then he extends his sentence even longer, and they put him in like cryo freeze every time, so he wakes up and it's another 10 years, so his daughter's getting older and older, and he keeps trying to escape like a dumbass. It was really pissing off my wife. There's a lot of cool little cameos in here, like what's his name from the Reanimators in here. Jeffrey Combs is in here. He's a real scumbag in this, and Meg Foster has a little part. Brian Ganese is in here. He might actually throw some karate moves. I thought I remembered Bruce Glover being in here. Crispin Glover's dad from Diamonds Are Forever. There are a lot of little cameos in this. Fun. It starts turning into like this futuristic movie, and there's like futuristic jailbreaks. It's a pretty fun movie. So I recommend Spoiler. Directed by Cameron Van Dijk. Or Dacky. Here's a cool one, a Peter Hyams movie. Pretty fun fantasy adventure movie. Stay tuned with John Ritter and what's her name from Mork and Mindy. This is the wife. I think they're having an unstable marriage, and they have some kids, and they somehow they get stuck. The devil sells them this TV, and they end up going inside the television and living through all these demonic versions of television. I think they do have a pro wrestling segment. They fight, one man gang is in it, the wrestler, and that one big chick from Deathstalker 2, like they're a mixed tag team, and John Ritter and the girl, what's her name? Pan Dauber, is that her name? They have to fight Akeem and that big girl. I think there's like a fake Wayne's World. There's like spaghetti westerns. There's all kinds of silly stuff they go through in this movie. So that's a fun movie I haven't seen in a while. Speaking of Chuck Norris, here's my other favorite Chuck Norris movie, Firewalker. Not only am I a fan of Chuck Norris, but Lou Gossett Jr. is in here. He's like probably one of my favorite living actors, but still alive, if not my favorite. This is a fun adventure, like in the same vein of as Indiana Jones or Romancing the Stone or the Alan Quartermain movies. Kind of a fun action adventure, treasure searching type adventure. Chuck Norris is kind of funny, and he's kind of like a goofball. I never see him like this in a movie. Lou Gossett Jr. is kind of like the straight guy, and Chuck Norris is kind of like the goofy guy getting him into trouble. And they meet up with the cute girl. I think she's the girl from Melody Anderson from the from the Flash Gordon movie. The bad guy's that one big Native American guy from I can't think of his name right now, from Predator. Yeah, cool movie. I'm glad to have this. This is going up on the shelf. I don't think I'm ever gonna watch it in my VHS player, but okay. And then I don't collect for PSP anymore. He sent me some PSP movies, so these are probably gonna go to Mark the Game Shark if he doesn't have them already. Fantastic movie right here, Ong Bak the Thai Warrior with Tony Jaa. This is so freaking good. Tony Jaa goes on an adventure. This low life guy comes to his village and steals the statue of their idol, of their god, and their village is like struggling because they don't have their god or their statue. And then he goes to the city to try to retrieve it, and has a lot of cool fights along the way. His stunts in here are amazing, like even higher level than Jackie Chan, I'd say. I'm not sure if he's still around. I've seen a couple new movies with him in it, but I haven't really heard much from him lately. And then The Boogeyman, that doesn't have a cover. That's a horror movie. I saw that at the show a long time ago, but I don't remember much about it. Then he sent me a game, Yakuza Like a Dragon. I think that's on Game Pass, but I prefer physical copies. I don't know if I'm hyped about this or not. The thing that was cool about Yakuza was it was an RPG, but it was a beat 'em up real time at the same time. So, and that's what I liked. Was a unique thing. Like it wasn't an RPG turn based thing. It was like an actual real time beat 'em up RPG. But now this thing is turned into a turn based. So I don't know. I think that loses the whole appeal of it for me. But everyone says this is the way it should be now. Anyway, and he sent me and I don't remember if I still have my copy, so I'm glad he sent me this, UHF, the soundtrack. I love this soundtrack. It's got all kinds of funny songs. It has the Dire Straits, Money for Nothing, a parody of Beverly Hillbillies. And it's got a few other ones in there. My favorite song on here is The Biggest Ball of Twine in Minnesota. It's like a 7-minute song. It's just like telling a story of this family taking their station wagon to go see the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota. Kind of like a road trip song. It's really funny. He sent me some non-media related things. Or physical media. Oh, okay. He sent me this wonderful thermos cup here. Oh, this is nice. I don't want to take this to work. Someone will jack it. Friday the 13th with Jason's mask on there. I might just start using this around the house to drink my beverages. I'll leave it right here on top of my tapes for now. And then this cool little pixel art. I'll turn it on. I don't know if you can even tell. It's not. Yeah. It's a little Chun-Li. She looks like Mega Man art. Cute. You can't tell on camera, but it looks really good in the dark. Like it actually looks like something off of a video game the way it lights up. Pixel Pals. Yeah, I'll put this up on the shelf for sure. Big fan of Chun-Li, especially in the realistic form. But this is cute. Oh, put her up here with Papa Shango. Hope he doesn't put a spell on her. Or a curse. Oh well. They're buddies. Okay, and then he sent me this little catalog, oldies.com. And at first I thought this was something from the 80s or 90s, like an old catalog from back then. Like this will be fun to flip through, like there's so many movies in there. But it's actually a new company when you can actually order all this stuff, and it's 4K Blu-ray and DVD. I haven't looked through it yet. I'm sure there's like 50 movies in here I'm going to want to buy, so I'm afraid to look at it. I already see some I want. Damn you, El Tiburon. Okay, so there's that. And then this thing, I'm glad I didn't throw it away. I thought he just had that in there to pack for packing materials, but inside here there's something nice. Got an autographed picture of Tatanka right there, the WWF superstar, the undefeated Native American, or I think he went like a year being undefeated in WWF until Ludwig Borga. The inside joke on Tiburon's podcast was I was Tatanka because I was on a winning streak on his trivia games. But I finally ran into my Ludwig Borga on the... I better not give it away. I might... if I ran into a Ludwig Borga, I don't want to give away who it is because I don't think he's released that podcast yet. But I got Tatanka here. Cool wrestler back from the 90s. Kind of I think he was like a big star back then, but not many people talk about it. Like he was like one of the top guys in the early 90s in WWF. I don't think he ever got a title, which is weird. I'm gonna have to oh crap, I'll put him here. And then he sent me a Goldfinger on vinyl, the Goldfinger soundtrack. I already have like 2 copies of this, but I'm glad he sent it to me. I love this soundtrack. I even, my little girls like this. My 10-year-old likes to sing this song, Goldfinger, he's the man with a Midas touch. My little girl knows like all the lyrics to that. But yeah, I love this movie. One of my favorite Bond movies. I'm hoping to go watch this at the Downtown Cinema in November again. I went a few years ago. Fantastic movie. Love this movie. Love the soundtrack. Love John Barry. His score in this. So much brass and mixture of like jazzy brass and orchestrated epicness. Some of it gets kind of like scary and confusing. Some of the later tracks, like they start getting chaotic and scary. Yeah, one of my favorites is the Into Miami is a good one, right at the beginning of the opening scene of Miami, and this doesn't have the laser. I'm surprised. Teasing the Koreans, a good one. Oryx Factory is a good one. Love this soundtrack. But I think I'm going to find a good home for that because I think I have 2 other copies of this. And then, oh, check this out. I had these movies, but I don't think these were the same prints that I had. So I'm keeping these. The first 3 Bond movies on Laserdisc in this collection. Dr. No, fantastic movie. The first Bond movie of the series. First film adaptation in the big series. Directed by old Terrence Young. Great adventure spy thriller movie. Started off strong on the very first movie. And the second one here is probably even better. I don't know which one I like more, but From Russia with Love, great Cold War spy thriller. All kinds of pretty ladies in here. Once again, directed by old Terrence Young. Fantastic movie. And here it is again, Goldfinger, the third movie, probably the pinnacle of the Bond movies for me. This one's directed by old Guy Hamilton, who came back to direct many more. I kind of like the lighter comedic style of the Guy Hamilton movies. And this is a banger of a movie here, Goldfinger. And that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So thanks again, Mario, for all those packages. I got another little package coming for you too, and I got to accumulate some more stuff. But yeah, sorry I didn't have many games to talk about. I have been playing some games, but I didn't want to cram it all into one upload. This is already at 30 minutes. So I'll come back with more fun game related stuff. Thought I would share my pickups over the past month. Nothing special, but stuff that's really important to me. They're very precious to me. Why shouldn't I keep them? Yeah, so good stuff there. So I guess I'll see you guys next time when I decide to do an upload. Maybe I'll try to live stream something. Who knows? But so long for now.